All right, you ready to do this thing?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going live in three, two. All right, I think we're up and running here. Hello, everyone. Give everyone a second or two to jump on here, but welcome to our first installment of Crunch Chats. It's presented by Burdick Toyota. Great opportunity here to get caught up with what's going on with all of the Crunch guys as we're kind of caught up in all of this COVID-19 pandemic. I guess that's the only way to put it these days. Everyone's holed up at home, and it's a very weird scenario. Tonight we've got Ross Colton down in New Jersey here at the moment. Ross, welcome to our first of these Crunch Chats. Like you were just talking about, you're the guinea pig here. How you doing?
Yep. I'm doing my best to just get through this right now. Hope everyone's doing well too.
Yeah, it's a very weird situation, obviously. It's a very uncharted situation for all of us. So you're home in New Jersey. Tell us, well, again, how you doing? How you're with the family? How is everyone doing right now?
Yeah, everyone's doing well. I've just been home for I'd say it's been like 2 weeks so far, and kind of just doing my best to stay as active as possible right now, and not kind of just plant on the couch for too long. I've been getting yelled at a couple of times by my mom and dad to get up and to do something, but there's not much to do. So my brother and I have just been going on jogs here and there and doing push-ups and sit-ups, just trying to stay active and kind of just doing whatever I can around the house to help my mom and dad.
Yeah, it's we were just saying it's weird. You go from living on your own, you got your own thing going on, and all of a sudden you get thrown back to living at home here with your parents, your brother. What's the transition like as you kind of get back to that uh, isolation kind of with your family?
Yeah, it's nice to be home, just kind of just get those nice home cooked meals from mom and kind of be pampered or whatever the word would be, I guess, waited on a little bit for those first couple of days. But it was funny, I lived with Cal Foot during the season, and kind of would always just help around the house with him, whatever we needed to do. And we never really yelled at each other too much. But I've been home for like the 2 weeks now, and I'm already getting yelled at to do stuff. So it's like, oh my god, I feel like I'm getting too old for this. But no, it's been fun, and kind of just nice to spend more quality time with the family because I don't get to see them too much during the season. So I've just kind of been trying to use this time and just use it to my advantage to get my mind and body right.
Yeah, I guess a dose of reality again, though, getting yelled at from the parents, right?
Yeah,
That's the way
exactly.
what you used to growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned the home cooked meals. What's the specialty in the Colton house where you guys are chowing down on some home cooking?
Uh, it kind of just it differs every night. My brother and I have been doing most of the cooking, kind of just because my mom's still working right now. She's a nurse and she's out there, still working all day. I think the other day she said she hasn't had a day off in almost a month. So give credit to her. She comes home, we kind of try and just wait on her instead of having to come home and cook the meals. So we've just been trying to eat a little healthier and just do a protein and vegetable every night. And I wouldn't say there's one specialty in the household, but I do look forward when I come home. We usually eat pizza on Friday night, so that's kind of I eat healthy during the week, and then just that Friday night meal is my little cheat meal that I look forward to.
Yeah, that's the reward at the end of the week. Well, stick taps to your mom for being a nurse. This is
Yep.
a time where they're most relied upon. So give our thanks to her for she's on the front lines. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's got to be kind of I don't know scary or whatnot, but they're under fire right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. She comes home and she's telling us, don't. She's got us on lockdown in here. She doesn't want us going anywhere. It's pretty much here and to the grocery store. Can't see any of my friends or my girlfriend or anything like that. So I've been on lockdown, doing my best, and kind of encourage everyone to do the same.
Yeah, it's what's going on here in New York, down obviously in New Jersey where you are. It's getting very serious, obviously, and we'd love to get some hockey at some point, but it's that's a lot further down the line, obviously, at this point. If you're watching here on Twitch, you can always submit your questions in the chat. We're going to keep that monitored here. If you got any questions for Ross Colton, feel free to send them on in, and we'll get to them here throughout the course of the night here tonight. Talking about getting back to hockey, though, it's that weird almost limbo right now where the AHL and the NHL are the two leagues that have not fully canceled their seasons yet. So the Crunch are obviously hopeful to get back to play at some point here this season. as you're home and trying to stay in maybe game shape? And what's the process like of being in this limbo and trying to stay ready if you get called upon at some point here, whether it's weeks, months, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty challenging because, you know, like I said before, you don't really have access to anything. You're kind of just tied to, you know, a lot, not leaving your house. So just been trying to go for a run here and there and do as many push-ups and sit-ups as I can. I don't really have access to, you know, weights or anything like that. So kind of just doing body weight stuff and going for bike rides after dinner with the family and just taking the dog for a walk really is my source of activity, I guess you would say. But not being able to skate is kind of challenging. So it would be tough if they do resume play. I think they would need to give us a, you know, ample amount of time to really get back into game shape because, you know, that's how injuries occur. So it's more of a mental thing that you can't, like, guys, when we're talking, they're saying, you know, mentally stay with it because you don't know what's going to happen. Because, you know, physically, I think we're all in pretty good shape. It wouldn't really take too long to get back to that, I guess you would call it game shape. But, you know, mentally, guys can't check out and, you know, kind of just sit on the couch and not put the right stuff in your body. So I think it's all just kind of, we have, you know, a team group chat going and guys kind of just text here and there like, hey, make sure you're staying with it. And kind of just doing the little things, I guess you would say.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's a tough period, and you see it when you hear all the press conferences and whatnot from, you know, the public officials. Mental health is such an important part of going through this right now because everyone is kind of on their own and whatnot. So to have that support group with the team and to know that it is such a big issue. I mean, what do you hear from the team to stay, you know, mentally in it and be upbeat and positive as you're going through all of this?
I think it's just like just guys talking, saying, you know, we were kind of on a run there, and just if it does resume, we want to, you know, be ahead of the curve. Whereas, you know, some other teams might take this as a you know, they don't know what's going to happen and kind of just sit back and sit on the couch and say, yeah, it's over, instead of maybe if we get ahead of it a little bit and kind of stay in somewhat of I guess just any type of game shape would be used to our advantage. So kind of just want to, you know, mentally do whatever you can to stay in it, I think is the best way to put it.
You mentioned you were not on the ice anymore. I know Lindsey Kramer had done a story a few weeks ago about what guys are doing, but that was very early in this process, and you had access to ice, but that's obviously been shut down for you, right?
Yeah, no, it was right when I got home. I think the first, like, I think it was those first 4 days I got on the ice twice just because I wanted to take advantage of as much as I could. But the next week he said, yeah, we're getting shut down. Wish we can keep going, but don't want to go to jail or anything like that. So it's kind of funny. But, you know, credit to him. He helped me out when, as much as he could.
Yeah, it's the time where you got to be creative, right? Where you're, like you were saying, you're doing some body weight stuff and almost go back to basics a bit to stay somewhat in shape and keep your body moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So kind of just like I said, been like shooting hoops in the driveway or jumping rope or just the bike rides and going for runs is as much activity as I really can do. I don't have access to weights or anything, and I don't imagine too many other guys have access to too much equipment. So I think guys are just doing as much as they can to stay active.
All right, take us through a day for you. It might not sound glamorous, obviously, where whatever you're doing, you're trying to get some activity going on. But what else is filling your day here throughout this quarantine period?
All right, so I can walk you through today or last week. Like just like today, I woke up and made 2 scrambled eggs, and then me and my brother stretched for a little bit, and then went for a run. I would say it was like a little over 3 miles, and then came home, stretched a little bit more, and then just made iced coffees here and relaxed for a little bit, and then made lunch, relaxed a little bit more. I think I played Xbox with one of my buddies for like 3 hours. Actually, we were playing NHL, won a Division I title.
Oh, there you go.
Shout out to Conrad. I don't know if he's watching this, so he told me to give him a shout out when I told him I was logging on here. So hope he's watching. But so we did that for a little bit, and then just logged on with you. And then if I'm being honest with you, I hope when I get off, dinner's ready, so I don't have to do anything. So, but usually I'm in the mix of helping out with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then after dinner, my brother and I and my mom and dad, usually we've been watching Ozark. I don't know if you're familiar with that on Netflix. That's kind of been our show that we've been watching. So
yeah,
we're actually on the last episode.
Yeah, it's on my list to get going during this. I mean, I got a lot of free time, so I've
Yeah.
heard it's a great show.
Yeah.
Pat Dolan,
Yeah,
general
it is.
manager, assistant manager for the Crunch, always talks very highly about it. So he's finally got me on
Yep.
board.
Yeah. No, it's really good, and we're on the last episode, so excited for that one tonight.
So Netflix, the big Netflix deal these days is Tiger King. Have you seen that
Yes.
yet?
Yeah, I blew through that in a day or so.
That was
That
wild.
was pretty crazy.
I don't want
Yeah,
to
it was.
spoil anything for everyone, but my goodness, what
Yeah,
a story.
that was something. I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah, the twists and turns and everything that went up and down to that was
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah.
So Netflix, Xbox, you've played NHL. Any other games you've got going on these days on the Xbox?
Yeah, I play that Call of Duty a little bit, and then just actually, I think it was yesterday I was playing with like Carter Verhaeghe, Brady Bouchard, and Andy Andrioff. So kind of got a couple of the guys from last year's team together, which was actually nice because I haven't talked to them in a little bit. So it was nice to reconnect with them.
Yeah, I guess I mean that is the thing with this situation. It feels like everyone is reconnecting, whether
Hmm.
it's, maybe not in person necessarily, but through like we're on here, we're doing Zoom, me and you, and it's I know Zoom is going through the roof with what they've
Yeah.
got going on. Everyone is
Hmm.
hopping on here and connecting with their families and friends from all over the place. So I guess that is one of the positives is maybe connecting with people you haven't seen in a while or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So just talking with a bunch of the people that I used to be friends with, their home, but we were saying like let's all get together and hang out. But a lot of their parents are the same way, saying lock it down. So I think like through the use of phones and stuff like that, kind of nice to reconnect with people. Or like I guess everyone is an Xbox person or PS4 really, so it's kind of nice to do that too.
We're here with Ross Colton on our first Crunch Chats. If you're on the Twitch stream, you see some of the questions coming in. We'll get to them here in a moment. But feel free to submit some more questions for Ross Colton, talking about the video games and things like that. Is there any activity that you've maybe tried to, I don't know, pick up or a skill you're looking to learn during this time or anything else that's filling your time?
No, I thought I should probably order like a book or something. I was thinking about doing that, but I was doing puzzles when we were still in Syracuse, and then when I got home, I actually never finished the one in Syracuse. So then I kind of put it back together and then finished it when I got home. And then when I went online I was gonna order another one. It was like like it would take 2 or 3 months to like ship, just because I guess everyone's got the same idea. So that ship sailed.
Yeah.
I probably should like read, or I don't know. I think my mom said she wants us to paint the kitchen, so that'll probably be some work that I'll have to do. That'll take up a good chunk of time.
Yeah, that's a good time filler there. Yeah, that was one of the questions actually on our stream was have you been reading any good books of late? So I guess that's a big no for now.
That's a hard no.
Would you, if you had a book to read, would you go a sports book? You a fiction, historical guy? What route would you go if you had to pick up a book right now?
I don't know. I always wanted to read like that the American Sniper, like, or that Lone Survivor. Like I've watched both those movies, but I never read the book. And I remember when the American Sniper book first came out, everyone was raving about it. I just never got to reading it. Um, so I guess you could say the war, or probably sports. I guess something that I could connect with.
Yeah, well, there's so many different options, obviously, which
Yeah.
it gives you the freedom to figure it out for sure.
Yeah.
Going back to when this all started, though, I'm curious what your perspective was. Obviously, the last game for the Crunch was that Wednesday in Utica, a win for the Crunch against the Comets. Team was playing well. They had a big win right in the middle of a playoff race, but that was also the night that everything kind of really, the dominoes started to fall. That was the night that the NBA season was suspended, and kind of everything changed after that point. And the news came right near the end of the Crunch game that night, and I know there was some conversation on the bus on the way back. What was, what from your perspective, that win, then you go the next 24 hours and you go from a win against the Comets to all of a sudden, are we going to be playing, to now the season is suspended? What was that 24 hours like or so for you and for the team?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I still remember like going to that Utica game. It was just business as usual. We were ready to go, and I thought that was one of our most complete games of the season that we played. Utica is obviously a really good team. We go in there, shut them down, win 3-1, and then after the game, everyone's on their phones and saying like, yeah, the NBA season's canceled, and no one really knew what they were like. Really, like it's that big of a deal? Because everyone knew the coronavirus at the time, but didn't realize it was, that serious. And I remember when we showed up to the rink the next day, we have the TV screen with like the practice plan, the lines, and kind of what's going to happen that day, and nothing was on the screen. And so that's when we kind of knew that something was up. And coach called the leadership group in and was talking to the six of us, and kind of just said, like, what do you want to do moving forward, because we're going to give you guys, we don't have games this weekend. So immediately we knew that those weekend games were canceled, and he said he was going to give us those 4 days off, and then starting Monday we were going to do like a training camp kind of style sort of week where we would, maybe have 2 practices a day just to stay in shape, because originally we didn't know what was going to happen, if we were going to be staying in Syracuse or not. And so we kind of were just like, okay, like that's going to suck, because 2 a day bend, we could barely have 1 bend practice is super hard. So you can only imagine the 2. So that was originally what we thought. And then as the weekend kind of went on, guys started hearing other stuff. And that's when we kind of knew that I don't even think that's going to happen, because everything was getting shut down. So it was definitely crazy
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you're right. It was at that point, it was like, I have 2 weeks, and then we'll probably be ready to go again. Obviously, we hit that 2 weeks, and we're well past it, and no end in sight at the moment, unfortunately. But it was just a crazy stretch there, and now obviously the team has, I think, pretty much all gone home. I think Scott Wedgwood might be the last guy who's in town for now. Who knows what happens with that? But it's you mentioned staying in touch with everyone. It's a weird scenario, like we said. You're in limbo, and you haven't had. And again, there's still hope that maybe the season gets completed. But if it's not, there was really no chance to have a goodbye, a ending of the group here this year. So what's the feeling there? And obviously that's a big part of things. And how are you guys staying in touch with each other?
Yeah, it's definitely tough, because like you said, usually when the season ends, you kind of take a day or 2 or 3 just to hang out with the guys and say your goodbyes, and just kind of remember the good times that you had throughout the season, and have the laughs that maybe you didn't get to have throughout the season, because we're always busy. So maybe just hang out a little bit more those last couple of days. But it's tough, because I think Luke mentioned this before, like some of these guys, like, you might never play again or see again, and you go seeing them every day, going to battle with them, and then it's just, okay, pick up and leave, thinking that, okay, maybe I'll see you in 2 weeks, but if not, I'll see you never again. So it's definitely tough, and it's sad for sure. But I think the best way is just to stay optimistic that hopefully we do get to resume the season in some sort of way.
Yeah, the Crunch, and you guys are playing probably your best hockey there. You said that game against the Comets is a good one, but the last couple of weeks before all that was something, and you guys were clearly in the race for the playoffs, just a point or 2 out when the season was put on pause. But guys had to feel like you were heading certainly in the right direction down the stretch.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think we were saying that. We said just completely different vibe coming from last year. Like my first season, when I think we were in first place the whole year, barely faced any adversity, especially going into playoffs. It was awesome to win the North Division title, but I think we were a little cocky. And then the first game just against Cleveland at home, we kind of rolled in thinking, okay, we're just going to sweep these guys. It's going to be no big deal. Then we lose, and then it's like, oh, like, what's going on? Like, so I think this year, like, we faced adversity throughout the season with guys being injured and just playing shorthanded a lot. And I think we were just hitting our stride at the right time. Kind of felt like these last couple of weeks, and if the season had continued those weeks moving forward, just every game kind of had a playoff vibe to it. And I think that would have helped us in the long run for sure.
Yeah, it was you hitting that point at the right time of the year, no doubt about that. All right, we'll hop over to some of these questions we're getting on Twitch at the moment. Well, going back to the video game stuff, NHL 20 question was, what build do you have? I guess a player or character or something you just mentioned you won the division, right? So what's your guy there?
Well, I have a couple. If I'm playing forward, which I'm usually the center, I use like a sniper with like a quick first step. What's my second one? I think booming slap shot, and then like hands magician are my 3 attributes. And then if I'm on D, I usually just do like a 2-way defender, kind of depends which group of buddies I'm playing with, because some of my buddies don't like to play defense.
Yeah.
So then I kind of like to stick back, but it gets heated. My one friend he's pretty competitive. So like my hands start, like today we were laughing, we were in overtime and I'm saying, dude, my hands are sweating. Like, I don't like, it's funny that like when nothing else is going on, it's like, I actually care. I want to win. So that's been fun.
Yeah, it gets the juices flowing. I guess it keeps you sharp, right? If you do get back to it, you still have that.
My hand-eye there.
That action, yeah, the hand-eye,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, next question off of the video game side of things, but you're from New Jersey. Who was your NHL team growing
up? When I was younger, definitely a New Jersey Devils fan. Pretty much was a diehard fan until like I got drafted by the Lightning. Because then it's like kind of you can't root for anyone. But yeah, I remember like back in 2012, me and my brother went to a bunch of the home playoff games there when they lost in the final. So yeah, grew up loving the Devils, and my favorite player was like Zach Parise or when Ilya Kovalchuk was there. So
yeah, they had some good years when you were young, obviously growing up in their heyday. And you went to there was the Trenton Titans or Trenton Devils down there, didn't you? Did you go to some of their games growing up?
Yeah, that's actually how I got into hockey. Was we had season tickets to the Trenton Titans when I was super young, and just loved going to those games, fell in love with it, and kind of like one of the players actually turned out to be my high school coach when I went to Princeton Day School. So it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the point of all of these. It's point of the Crunch to get people involved in hockey and keep growing the game in Central New York, and obviously work down there in New Jersey as well.
Yep.
All right, let's see what else we have. Well, we're going. Let's take a food venture here. Favorite dipping sauce for chicken tenders? I know we're not at Tully's tonight, but I guess we're going dipping sauces for tenders. Are you a ketchup guy, barbecue? I don't know. Or if you go to Chick-fil-A or something, what do we got?
Yeah, well, Chick-fil-A sauce is always good, or just like a Chipotle mayo or something, like a spicy mayo or something like that. But okay. I mean, you can't go wrong with ketchup or barbecue sauce for sure.
Yeah. Pretty, I guess, or if we're in going after a nice Utica game, if we got the tenders post game, the rare occasion we get that.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of food, though, your go-to quarantine snack. I know you ran through your meal before; it was pretty healthy. But
yeah.
what do you snack?
When I've been snacking, I've just been making like smoothies because I don't like. So I usually my mom usually makes it for me, if I'm being honest, but she puts like apple, banana, peanut butter, and then a little bit of like almond milk. That's usually just holds me over in between meals, or usually one of those, like if I'm hungry before bed, if I didn't eat enough, that's a good one. I don't know if that's a snack, but
yeah. It looks like we've got Daniel Walcott in the conversation here, and he's
boy,
yeah, look out, he wants to know why you're sitting in bed. Although speaking of that, it looks like you've got some fun stuff on the walls. I don't know if you want to show off anything that you got hanging up back there.
Well, my parents redid my room when I left, so they some old stuff.
Okay, there you go. Let's see. Well, he wants to know who's holding the mic. It's nothing. It's just a mic stand here. Well, keep on sending those questions if you've got any more on the Twitch. Let's see. Well, here's one. I don't know if you want to go with the. This could be a dangerous question, especially now that Wally's in here. I was going to ask who you would like to. Oh, we've got this popping up. Well, that's very kind of them. Hang on a second. Where's the mouse? Great. We got a free bonus time. So if today at least we've got the free edition that's going longer than 40 minutes if needed, but we're still short of that. Anyway, you're in quarantine right now. If you had to pick someone on the Crunch, who would you quarantine with on the Crunch this year?
That's tough.
And I know Wally's in here, but don't let that change your answer.
In all honesty, I'd probably say Wally just because we'd have a good time. You know, there's never a dull moment with him. And I honestly am not just saying that because he's in here now. I think he's probably, I would say most guys on the team would probably pick him too. Yeah, well, that's fair. It's that's what we hear every time we talk with people. Who's the ringleader of keeping things loose and fun? And he's always the answer. I mean, whatever it is, any given day, it's always there he is. He's celebrating the answer. Always something. Yeah, he's a clown for sure.
I don't know if you want to answer the opposite. Who would you not want to quarantine with or not? If there's nope.
I don't think. I mean, I don't really think there's anyone. We had a good group of guys on the team, so.
Yeah, well, that's something we always hear too, is how tight the group was, and the leadership which you were part of this year, obviously with the A. How would you describe the way this group was, in terms of the personalities that were involved, and how the group came together?
Yeah, I think it was pretty awesome. We had a different group of guys from last year, and we had a good mix of older guys and some younger guys who all came together. Maybe it took a little bit longer to mesh on the ice a little bit, but like we mentioned before, I think we were just hitting our stride at the right time, and I think the way we interacted off the ice helped with that a lot too. So I think just hit our stride at the right time.
Yeah. You said you lived with Cal Foot. How you've been keeping up with him? How is it living with Cal, and what was that like?
Yeah, Cal's awesome. He's funny for sure. I think I mentioned this before, and I don't know if he got mad at me or not for it, but I think he comes off as pretty quiet and innocent, but people don't see the real side of him. He's a jokester, and he's pretty funny to be around, and he's always got a smile on his face. He was awesome to live with. We had a good time for sure.
Yeah, he flies under the radar, but he is
Yeah.
he's got a personality to him for sure.
Yeah, he does. Mm-hmm.
Wally says you get free possibilities on him, I guess. So next time you're in both in town next year, there's your lunch.
Oh my God.
We're going with another food question. How do you like your steak?
I'd say medium rare.
Medium rare. That's the classic.
Yeah. Anything over that, I feel like it's overcooked and tastes like leather.
Yeah, I would agree with that. My brother's a chef. He would be very disappointed if I said anything other than medium rare. So that's the way to go.
I think that's the safe answer.
All right, we're going with for wings now. Ranch or blue cheese? Everyone is into your food habits here, Ross.
Yeah, I like food, so I don't blame them. Honestly, it depends where it's from, but I actually prefer blue cheese, I think.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can't stand blue cheese.
No,
all right. This is near and dear to my heart. Go to Tully's meal. That's what I'm talking about. Good question.
Honestly, I've never eaten Tully's, so
outside
I don't know. I think
Crunch Weekly, right?
But I usually just go home and make something. But I guess you can't go wrong with the tenders. I think once I took home a chicken Caesar salad. That was pretty good. But
yep, that's a good one. Mine is my go-to is the Asian tenders, as everyone knows. I talk about it pretty much every podcast, I think. Mark is asking about Tiger King. Yeah, we talked about that a little earlier. He blew through that, and we know there's crazy twists and turns. Someone wants to know why you picked number 22.
Besides, there was nothing much other available, I think. But I also wore 22 when I was in juniors, so I figured it was pretty fitting that I did pretty well wearing that number. So I grew up wearing 20 my whole life, which I would have liked to wear, but someone else already had it.
Yeah, who? I can't remember who was.
I think it's Burke. Yeah, Burke.
That's right. That's right. Okay, let's see. Questions are rolling in now. We've got. Do you have any teammate or celebrity impressions? I know you. You started a TikTok. You were doing something there. We'll get to TikTok in a moment, but I know you like to. I think you impersonate broadcasters at times, right? I've heard that rumor. But do you have any teammate or celebrity impersonations?
I don't really have any teammate or celebrity impersonations. I don't think. I do like because I'm a Phillies fan. I do like the announcer Dan Baker sometimes, or I like to sing. Not that I'm going to sing on here, but I like to sing in the locker room sometimes. Maybe that lightens the mood. But people say I'm not very good. I disagree.
Well, we heard you had Crunch at your service. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that was one of my better performances, I'd have to say.
What's your go-to? What's it? The karaoke song?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I know I sang like Tennessee Whiskey before. That's a pretty good one. Or I don't know. I'm not really. I don't do karaoke too much. I usually just like sing in the shower, sing in the locker room, whatever's playing,
Gotcha.
if I know it.
All right. Let's see. Going to the movie side of things. Favorite hockey movie?
It's probably easy question is Miracle. Just could watch that at any time, really.
Yeah, that's a great one. How
Yeah.
fun, how wonderful was it? Those jerseys you guys wore. That was pretty neat. For
Yeah,
me.
those are probably my favorite jerseys that we wore this season. Those were pretty sweet.
Yeah, great jerseys there. A fun night for sure. Favorite summer vacation spot?
My family usually goes to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. Just have some good memories there from when I was younger, and we're supposed to go there again this summer with like everyone in my family. There's like 20 of us going, but
Fingers crossed.
yeah, cross my fingers that we'll be able to go there.
Yeah.
So that's always a good time with just kind of getting everyone together. It's hard. Not everyone's always in the same place at the same time. And so my grandparents are getting old too. So it'd be nice to have them down there with everyone.
Yeah, it seems everything is unfortunately on hold here.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Favorite sport besides hockey? Either, I guess we'll go to watch and to play. So it could be the same thing, could be different.
To watch is definitely football, just because it's just intense and just grew up. I'm a huge Giants fan. Like my brother just got season tickets to them, so that's pretty cool. And but playing, I would say I grew up playing baseball too. Loved playing baseball. It kind of was my just whenever wasn't playing hockey and I played hockey for like most of the year. That was kind of to get my mind off of it. I always played baseball, and that was always pretty fun.
Interesting question we got is whether it's our stuff, jerseys we've had that you've seen, or if you've seen specialty jerseys, or, in the American Hockey League, the ECHL, wherever it might be, a specialty jersey that you most want to wear. You have to really think about that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. When I was in juniors, we always did I guess we wore those this year though. Like I like the military appreciation night jerseys. Like kind of whatever team does those, I always think those are really cool. Just because it's something like the camouflage or where they do the American flag. And when I was in juniors, we always wore those, and it was like a digital camo, like a different color. I always thought those were pretty cool.
Yeah, we Crunch had those sharp camo ones this year, which was
we had.
I think it was the first time the Crunch had done those in a long time, and they were real sharp.
Yeah, those are nice too.
All right, let's see. You have any other questions in here that we want to get to? I don't want to hold you too much longer, especially if dinner's on its way at some point here. What do you know what's on the menu tonight?
Yeah, I think it's pork tenderloin with broccoli and I think cauliflower or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll give it another couple of minutes here. If anyone has any final questions for Ross Colton, I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about while we're here. We've covered a lot. Obviously, it's just trying to fill time at this point, right?
Yeah. Stay inside.
Yeah, stay inside. Exactly.
Stay
Help
inside.
people like your mom, the nurses out there to try to.
She told me to preach. Stay inside.
All right. Let's see here. Looks like Wally is he's out. He pieced out, it looks like. All right, I think we'll call it there then. You gave us a good half hour of your time. Appreciate it. Good luck with hopefully we see you up here soon. We'd love to get some hockey going, whether it's a couple of regular season games before the playoffs or whatever might happen. We'll see, but stay safe down there. Thanks for doing this, and stay sane too, I guess, with all of this going on.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me. That was fun.
All right, thanks, Ross. Have a good night.
See you, Lucas. Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks to everyone who was listening on the Twitch tonight on our first Crunch Chats. We'll be doing this again here. Just keep your eye on the schedule. I know we have something coming your way Friday. We'll have more details on that coming your way shortly. Other Crunch things coming up, whether it's here on Twitch or anything like that. Tomorrow is the second weekend of week of the Crunch Trivia, which was a lot of fun last Friday. But tomorrow it is a 1:00 start. So if you haven't participated in that yet, If you missed it last Friday, it's 1 o'clock. Just go to SyracuseCrunch.com/trivia. The information is there. You just need to use your phone or whatnot. It's pretty quick, 5-10 minutes or whatever. A handful of about 10-15 Crunch, Syracuse hockey-related trivia questions. A chance to win some prizes, too. So a lot of fun there. That's tomorrow at 1. Scott Wedgwood will take over the stream again tomorrow as he goes out of the EASHL once again. He's been doing that here for a while. So if you've signed up for that already, you might be getting a call to join Scott on the Crunch team, which has been fun to keep track of as well. So those are that's what's on the agenda tomorrow. I hope I didn't miss anything. We've got a whole lot going on. Good job by the staff of keeping everyone entertained. Let's see here. We got an NHL tournament coming soon. I'm not sure if we've got a NHL 20 tournament yet, at least. I know we've had some discussions about ways to do that, so stay tuned for that. But right now we've got Scott Wedgwood filling our NHL 20 void, so that's what we've got going on there at the moment. The link to EASHL, if you just hop onto the Crunch's Twitter, even Scott Wedgwood, I think, has been tweeting about it. You can probably find the link again to that. I don't have it off the top of my head. But if you go through the Crunch's Twitter, you might be able to find it there and find the way to sign up, or it's probably on the Crunch's website too, SyracuseCrunch.com. But either way, you can sign up there and hop aboard if you get selected. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, there it is, SyracuseCrunch.com/ very simple, EASHL. Knew it was on there somewhere. Thank you, Megan. As Mark says, it is in the works. That NHL 20 tournament, we've been working on it. We wanted to do it during our regular season, obviously. But obviously with where we're at right now, that was couldn't pull that off. But we're looking to do that as an opportunity for you guys to jump in, the fans playing each other and whatnot, which would be a lot of fun. So yes, Xbox One is where we're doing the stuff with Scott Wedgwood. So if you have an Xbox One, you can jump in on the NHL 20 stuff with him, or at least sign up to have the opportunity to play with him. At some point. He was on today on Rocket League with Bolts Gaming, which is a lot of fun. So just trying to keep everyone entertained here as much as we can as we eagerly await the return of hockey. So that's where we are at right now. All right, well, that does it for us tonight. Again, thanks for hopping on here on our Twitch. Give us a follow if you haven't already on here, and keep going the rest of the way. All right, have a good night, everyone. Stay safe, stay indoors, stay away from everyone. I guess that's where we're at these days. The sooner we do that, the sooner we can get back to hockey here again. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.